Hello everyone, Splinter here. I want to show everyone some test results of me playing around with amphibious tanks versus German mediums. This is taken from a save file from last weekend's game, so a lot of the parameters match more or less up with what a multiplayer game would be. Some changes from previous ones. I've got US tank destroyer 3s in with the amphibious tanks to hopefully have better results against the German tanks. We're going to be trying some tests fighting in planes. We're going to be fighting under neutral air, and we're going to be fighting in planes tiles. So, results-wise, I'm not necessarily saying that these tanks are just going to crush the German tanks, but I'm hoping to get results where I can at least, if I'm the aggressor, I can actually start pushing these tanks back when it's in a favourable condition, like fighting them in planes tile. To note, in this example, the Germans have sent the tanks as an expeditionary unit to the Italians. The Italians have them under their god tier Messi general, but clearly not a panzer leader. So in their kind of defense, they've also been getting the entrenchment bonus, which should hopefully kind of counter that out. Obviously, it's not the kind of perfect example, but I think we should still be able to get fairly good test results out of this. I'm going to start just rapid firing through a number of attacks here. It is just showing that we're under neutral air. So I think with all the additional bonuses, amphibious tanks, given all the exile bonuses as well, can face up to the German tanks. Weirdly, I got given my second French general while I was testing, so I've added that in as my field marshal. So I've been getting some more bonuses. In this attack here, I failed to push, so obviously there's still some. Obviously, if I'm beating them in the planes, I'm just beating them to the point where still, if I get a unfavorable roll when it comes to the commander's decisions, I can still lose. So it's certainly not. I think that's another loss there. These tanks aren't designed to go face up the German mediums. They're simply not. What I'm trying to point out with these tests, if they're successful, like I hope they are that if my amphibious tanks are caught out by German mediums, I can at least slow them down, push them out of the way if they're caught in unfavorable ground, like a planes, and I can be on the aggression, so that the medium US tanks can come in and do their job and use increased numbers and push them around and out. Coming up soon, I'm going to have a look at switching over to the Italian side and start using these tanks to push up against mine. Expectation going into that kind of testing of, obviously the rule of thumb is tanks are a lot better at pushing than defending, so I should be able to push the amphibious tanks back fairly easily. The German tanks have a lot better breakthrough, so they should be taking a lot less damage. But to kind of counter this, because I've got the improved Amtraks, which are basically acting as Mech 2s, I've just got bonkers amount of defense, particularly with the rolls that are going to be occurring at night time. The amount of defense I have kind of counteracts the point that we pierce each other's armor. This is piercing the armor has a lot to do with the US tank destroyers. the German tanks were losing some of their experience and going green, so I just spent some time to train those back up and allowing all the equipment to flow back into the units. I've done 2 attacks in quick succession, but 4 tanks wasn't able to push the 2. Of course, at this point, they've also been able to get some entrenchment, so it's not a perfect example. But you know, if you kind of counteract that you expect most successful D-days to have green air on the Allied side, having thousands of CAS, kind of that's more or less the equivalence that I was having. Alright guys, thank you for listening, and I'm actually really interested to hear what you guys have to think. Alright, thank you very much.